Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Audi Q7 55.
And a big thanks to Andre and the rest of the management and staff here at Audi of Wesley Chapel for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium car or SUV in the Wesley Chapel, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Andre.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Q7 has been Audi's mid-size luxury three-row SUV since 2006. The second generation Q7 that you see here has been with us since 2016 and facelifted this year for 2025, featuring major changes to the front styling with new headlamps and grille, with updated tail lamps and new wheels and colors available as well. Inside, the 2025 Q7 is available with new interior trim pieces, as well as an updated infotainment system now with integrated Spotify and Amazon Music. Not including the monster SQ7 hosting a Lamborghini twin-turbo V8, which I hope to review for you guys at some point. The 2025 Q7 is available with a peppy 2-liter turbocharged engine that we reviewed in the A3 and S3, just a little bit higher output than the A3, or the very powerful turbocharged V6 that we have here, which starts under 66,000 bucks. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So we mentioned full front end redesign. We get the smoked Audi rings up front too, the forward facing camera beneath it, helping us out with the 360, sensors for our advanced safety features, full front parking sensing also helping us out with the 360-degree camera. We had updated headlamps with black headlight housing, LED projectors, and an LED daytime running light. No fog light down below, but there is a second light underneath the headlamps which illuminates the lower ground area, functioning as a fog light. Updated lower diffuser area too looks really clean with the black and dark gray contrast. This dark gray metallic paint color is beautiful. I'll leave a link right here, show you the exact name of it. Updated wheels too for 2025. This looks a lot like the SQ7 or like the RSQ8 wheels with a black and silver contrast. Wrapped in Hankook Ventus S1 Evo 3 tires. They're not all season, they're not summer performance. They're somewhere in between. They're categorized as a 3-season. Not recommended for winter driving, but it's still a little bit better than a summer performance tire for the all year round use, which is why they put it on their pretty large SUV here, while still getting a lot better performance compared to a typical all-season. Dimensions are 285/35 R22s. Don't get discouraged by the 35 sidewall tires, because as you see, with a 285 aspect ratio, the tires aren't really that low of profile. And with this adaptive air suspension, the ride quality should still be fantastic. Black lug nuts and a massive 4-to-6 piston Brembo style Audi brake caliper. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how many pistons there are. We get all body color trim for the wheel well area with subtle fender flares, side sensor which helps us out with the 360, additional side sensor on the mirror which helps us out with the 360, body color mirror, LED turn signals on them, massive size glass with blind spot monitoring on the inside. We get 4-door smart access, all black trim for the window trim, roof rails, massive panoramic moonroof, shark fin style antenna. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this beautiful facelifted 2025 Audi Q7 with a Quattro black trim piece in the lower rocker panel side skirt area. We have the same rear wheel and tires setup, same dimensions as well. The only difference is a smaller single piston brake caliper, still a 285/35 R22 tires. A lot of the German competition will actually do an offset setup for their rear tire setup, which gives it a really cool looking stance. But with the 285 wide tires, you really don't need anything wider than that out rear for a turbocharged 6-cylinder at least. Maybe for like the SQ7, it would be nice to have a little bit of a wider setup. So yes, the square 285 setup doesn't look as cool as like the BMW X7 with the 275s up front and the 315s out rear. But what the square 285 setup allows are tire rotations, which can be a little bit annoying for offset wheel and tire setups. Additional side sensor out rear helping us out with a 360, updated taillights, blacked out Q7 badge in the lower left corner. Shout out Audi of Wesley Chapel for helping make this review possible. We have the smoked gray Audi rings up top, Quattro in the lower right corner. Mentioned the full rear parking sensing, trailer hitch. I'll leave a link right here to show you what this SUV can tow, and the dual exhaust tips. Speaking of the dual exhaust tips, let's fire up this 3-liter turbocharged V6 engine and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 3-liter turbocharged V6 engine sold by Audi for the 2025 Q7. And it sounds pretty good, cranking out 335 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. Made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to all 4 wheels. You can expect this 5,100-pound 3-row SUV to get to 60 in 5 seconds, maybe even quicker if you get a really good launch, making it a very good performer, competitive with not only the Mercedes GLS cars, but also the BMW X7. And remember, this is just a mid-level power plant. Yes, it could be a little bit weaker with a 4-cylinder, to be expected, but it can also be a lot stronger with a Lamborghini-derived 4-liter twin-turbo V8 available as well. And again, hopefully we'll get the chance to review one of those on this channel. We got Audi Q7 TFSI Quattro labeled on the pillars. And taking a step inside, we get soft touch materials up top, aluminum contrasting the piano black between the grab handle, 2-person memory seats, 4-window auto on touch, gushy soft leather for the armrest, and leather stitching for the center area. Down below we have soft touch even for the bottom portion. That's an appreciated touch. And a very deep storage pocket. You'll stack 3 footlongs on top of each other with a 32-ounce water bottle with no problem. Electronic trunk release, and this trim piece that I said was piano black actually has a wood grain finish. Hopefully you guys can pick that up on camera. Aluminum illuminated step-in plate as we step inside. The seats are black and white contrasted leather, perforated, heated, and ventilated. Very comfortable seats. They're not quite as comfortable as the Nappa leather option that Audi has available, which I'd actually recommend. If you're already spending almost $80,000 on an SUV, I'd recommend going for the Nappa leather option. Either way, very comfortable seats, heated and ventilated. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats with 4-way lumbar control. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So compared to the pre-facelifted model, the interior doesn't really change a whole lot, but it also doesn't really need to. It's a very premium interior. Steering wheel is thick, solid 10 and 2, 9 and 3 feels perfect. Rubberized horn area, the horn, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We get paddle shifters for the 8-speed automatic transmission, skip controls, adjustments for this infotainment screen. We can adjust to different views, and right back to where we started. Also adjust from consumption, short-term memory, long-term memory, energy consumers. My personal favorite screen to leave it at all times would be the consumption. TAC goes to about 6,500 RPM, speedometer goes to 160, cruise control in the lower left side, volume and skip on the right, voice commands, AM, FM, and Sirius. Stocks have a satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers, all appreciated features. Nice rubberized texture for the lower part of this interior with some additional storage lined in felt. Nice area to leave an ashtray or any car accessories depending on what you're into. We have front fog lights, auto headlamp controls, aluminum outlining the piano black with wood grain trim through it, and we also have aluminum stick running through the air vents. All stitched trim for the dashboard area with a large Bang & Olufsen speaker in the center and Bang & Olufsen tweeters all throughout the A-pillar. The infotainment screen is a 10.1 inch with haptic feedback. We can check out the navigation screen once we're out of here. Cool. Really high resolution with excellent overall response to Google Maps display. We can check out the overall settings for it. Turn on the satellite map, which is a pretty cool feature. Now check this out. Going back to the map screen, you have an actual Google Maps satellite. This might sell this car or Audi's vehicles in general because all of Audi's infotainment screens that are navigation equipped use a Google-based navigation system, and it looks really, really cool. Aluminum trim underneath it. We can see what other settings are available in this vehicle. Consent, cool. Our home screen, hopefully you can pick it up on camera, radio, media, online, phone, navigation, phone, vehicle store. We'll check out the vehicle settings. Drive select, vehicle data, efficiency assist, seats, air conditioning, light, parking, and driver assistance. The drive mode select, we have touch sensitive buttons down below, but we can check it out right over here. We have off-road, all-road, comfort, auto, dynamic. We'll start the review off in comfort, try out dynamic, and just see what the differences are with the adjustable air suspension here as well. We're going to keep the ride quality super, super plush. Beneath that, we have our dual zone front climate control with a separate 3rd zone climate out rear. We can turn off the auto engine start stop, hill descent control, and you can turn off the infotainment system for one reason or another. I'm going to leave it in the map screen, my personal favorite to leave it at all times. But outside of the dual zone front climate control with tri-zone out rear, we also have heated and ventilated seats. It looks like I have both of them turned on right now for some reason. I'll turn the ventilated seats down too so it's not screaming in this interior. Sync, off, auto recirculation, same thing for the passenger side. The drive mode selector, you can turn off the traction control, hazards, defrosters, engine start stop, parking cameras and sensors, and our driving assist. Volume and skip control, nice location for the driver and a passenger. Wood trim for the entire center stack and outside of this Quattro area with a darker theme outside of the Quattro area, almost the piano black. The gear selector has some padding on it, backup camera, High resolution guidance lines and trajectory with a swivel function. Hopefully you can pick up that swivel function, and an over-the-top 360-degree camera as well. We can check out our 3D surrounding camera and go all the way around our 2025 Audi Q7 for one reason or another. Recenter it, press it one more time, and we return right back to the previous screen. We can also check out our forward-facing camera with guidance lines and trajectory. We can zoom in and have a little bit of a narrower view, strictly over the top, strictly backup camera, wider view for the backup camera. Not quite sure what this would be, blind zone camera so you don't scuff up these nice wheels and tires, and same thing for our rear. Very configurable overall camera. My personal favorite would just be the classic backup screen. Throwing right back into park, we switched to a forward-facing camera for one reason or another. Not quite sure why you would do that for park. I would understand for the reverse to drive transition, but even in park it goes back to the forward-facing camera, so we'll just close right out of it. Electronic parking brake. We have drive and sport mode for the transmission with manual shift controls and the gear selector, as well as the paddle shifters. Not quite sure why the car is yelling at me. Hopefully it stops. We can fit 24 to 32 ounce bottles. Nice area for a key. Actually fits perfectly. Pretty nice design idea from Audi with the 12 volt right next to it and the pushy things to keep the smaller drinks in place. Nice storage area. This armrest moves from back and forth, and you can open it up. Decent amount of space, not the most. You'll fit probably 3 or 4 12-ounce cans with 2 USB-C ports. The storage area in the center console is probably my first and only complaint with this interior, but check this out. The glove box more than makes up for it. This thing is massive. You're fitting 2 or 3 bowling balls in there. Maybe not 3 bowling balls, but you should be able to fit 2. Easily fit 4 or 5 pairs of shoes in there. 8 Harry Potter books. Easily one of the most spacious glove boxes in the business with soft padded material outside of it. Quattro wrapped in aluminum with some of that piano black wood grain finish outside of it, and aluminum running all throughout the front air vents. Frameless auto dimming rear view mirror. It's not a digital rear view mirror. The headliner is nice padded fabric, not Alcantara or leather or anything like that, but it still feels nice and premium. The interior lights are touch sensitive LED. We can open up the shade separately from the glass. The shade takes a pretty long time to open, and I'll catch right back with you once it's open. All right guys, now the shade's open, we can open up this panoramic moonroof. The glass also doesn't open super quickly, but it'll get there. Well into the second row, see if it goes out any further. It does. Wow, one of the largest openings in the business, well in the second row. Poke our way out of here. Sunny but pretty windy day today in Tampa, Florida. 88 degrees according to this 2025 Q7. That's one thing that's interesting today. We reviewed a S3 at around noon, and that's at around 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we reviewed an A3 at around 1:30, 2 o'clock. It said it was 67 degrees, and now at 3:11 it says that it's 88 degrees in this Q7. Pretty inconsistent when it comes to their thermometer, but as you see with this beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida, it doesn't really matter what temperature it is. I'm having a great time out here. Just wish it was a little bit less windy, but the breeze does feel pretty nice. That's about it though guys for the front seat. Let's check out this window sticker real quick before hopping out back, see any features I may have missed on this 2025 Audi Q7 55 TFSI Quattro. With a $65,800 base price, you guys can pause, take a look at all the standard features, options. $595 for the Samurai Gray Metallic, $3,800 for the Premium Plus package. You can pause, take a look and see what comes with that. $2,100 for the Black Optic package, giving us these beautiful rims. All season tires, interesting. They're more of a 3-season tire. Anthracite gray Audi rings, black exterior trim, and the dark chrome exhaust tips. Executive Plus package for $2,000. Pause, take a look at all of that, giving us the ventilated seats, 4-zone climate, heated rear seats, and the adaptive air suspension. I would definitely option that into the Q7. $1,500 for the 22-inch black optic wheel package. Here we go, that's what I was saying with the black optic package. For $1,500, you get the 22-inch black optic wheel package. Not quite sure why this SUV has both. With the black optic wheel package, you get these 22-inch 5V spoke design wheels with the bicolor finish and the summer performance tires. $750 for the trailer hitch, $495 for the Audi beam rings, $385 for the cargo cover, $380 for the Audi guard protection kit, $90 for the cargo box, $1295 for the destination, totaling us out a tick over $79,000. definitely getting up there in price, but considering that an Audi, or not an Audi, a BMW X7 with the B58 engine starts almost 10 grand above this. I've seen Acura MDX Type S's cross what this vehicle is sitting at, and this is just as impressive a vehicle as the X7, no doubt, and a way more impressive vehicle than the MDX Type S. Comparing to a GLS, we're still up there in the same level of vehicle, and you're saving serious amount of money considering the equipment, power, and performance that this SUV has, as well as the overall space, which we'll check out in 1 second. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat. Let's check out the second row. Also, if I didn't mention, along with the air suspension, we also have soft closed doors, which I guess I can demonstrate for you guys right over here. There you go. Hopefully you picked it up on camera. We also get rear smart access, as we mentioned a few minutes back. Soft touch materials up top. Sunshades, it would be nice if it was a power sunshade like some of the competition offers, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that hard to lift up your sunshade yourself. And yes, it's 2024, but it looks like we still have an ashtray here. Pretty interesting for a non-smoker package equipped Q7. I guess maybe there is still a smoking package available here as an option. We get Gucci soft leather, even out rear, Gucci soft leather in the center, stitched armrest, or not armrest, grab handle. The door handle is aluminum, wrapped in aluminum outside of the piano black trim, which also has that wood grain finish to it. Soft touch material, even for the back seat lower portion. You'll stack 3 footlongs on top of each other, 32-ounce water bottle, Bang & Olufsen speaker, just one of them on the rear door panel. The second row seats are perforated just like up front with decent bolstering. They're heated, not ventilated. And as it appears, the center seat looks just as big as the outside seat, so you can comfortably seat 3 people, full-size adults, in the second row, as well as a few others in the third row. And before we check out the second row, I'll catch right back with you. I'm going to remove that cargo cover to make things flow a little bit smoother. All right, guys, we figured it out. There was a lot of stuff back there, so when I open up that trunk, everything's about to fly out, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Taking a step inside, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 6-7 inches of knee room. The seats slide back even further. Now I have about 8-9 inches of knee room. Headroom, I got about 2-3 inches, and see if we can recline the seat. We can, and wow, it reclines far. I'm basically lying down back here with about a foot of headroom. You do compromise a little bit of your knee room, but this is a really comfortable back seat. We can lift this seat right back up to its upright position. I'm sure the center seat also reclines. The opposite passenger seat will definitely recline. We have air vents that blow in the center and directly into your face, both appreciated. We mentioned a 4-zone climate control with heated second row seats. The air vents blow from the center and they blow directly into your face. Hopefully you guys can pick up how much light is brought into the cabin thanks to this massive panoramic moonroof. The interior lights back here are touch sensitive LED. We get hooks for both grab handles, brackets in front of them, the center cubby armrest. We can poke our hand in here, drop it down. We got some paperwork in there, cup holders. You'll fit 24-ounce water bottles with some soft leather outside of it. We can put this right back where we had it. That's about it for the second row. Let's hop out into the third row, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So hopping into this third row is a 2-step process. You got to push this second latch and everything lifts up hydraulically, making it decently simple getting in and out. But with the seat in their furthest back position, as you guys see, I am very limited on overall space, and to lift the seat back up, it is a 2-handed process. But at 6 feet tall, yes, my knees are starting to touch. My head is basically in the ceiling, but if you compromise a couple inches of overall legroom, which I'll do right now and catch back with you. So as you guys see, all we did was compromise an inch, maybe 2 inches of the second row passenger's legroom, and all of a sudden, boom, I can fit back here. My knees have about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of space. I can slide my butt forward, and now I have about 1 inch of overall headroom. The materials are just hard plastic back here, but we get some felt carpet for the center area. No charge ports. You'll fit a 16-ounce water bottle, tie downs in the corner, and again, no charge ports even on the opposite side. So third row, it's a little bit behind some of the competition. There's only 2 seat belts back here, but you can comfortably fit 2 full-size adults. Again, you just have to compromise 1 inch or 2 from that second row passenger's storage space. To hop out of here, you just push this latch. Actually, you do not. It's a 2-step process even to leave from the third row. You pull that first latch, you push this second latch, boom. Now the hydraulic struts take over and lift the seat up for you. So yes, it's still a mid-size SUV, not quite as spacious as the full-size segment, but compared to almost all of the mid-size segment, this is competitive, if not better. We'll see what these power controls do right over here. This is how you drop your third row seat. I'll probably do that right now so the floor mat doesn't fly into my face as soon as I open up the trunk. Pretty convenient feature. And then to drop the seat back where it was, it is also a 2-latch process. You gotta lift from the second bottom latch. So it's a little bit towards the complicated side of things, but it's nothing that you can't figure out. We have a power opening trunk. You press the button and the trunk opens right up. The trunk wasn't fully closed before because the floor mats were in the way, but hopefully you can pick up a very decent amount of overall cargo space. I'll leave a link right here, show you exactly how much there is with the second row down, third row down, and with all the seats in their upright position. The step-in height's already relatively low at 6 feet tall. My knee's only a couple inches below the step-in, so if you have older or smaller pets, they shouldn't have much trouble hopping back here, but if they do have trouble, there's an adjustable air suspension that you can drop and raise from the rear of your SUV. Secret storage, you'll see what's underneath this floor mat. We get our subwoofer, looks like some more electrical information, maybe a tiny bit of secret space, but I wouldn't recommend putting anything back there. That's about it though for the cargo space. There's 2 buttons to drop the trunk. This button drops it, this button drops it and locks the SUV. We don't need the SUV lock, so we'll press the button on the left and it gives you about a second to get out of the way, so if you got grocery bags in your hands, you don't have to worry about getting doofed in the head. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all-new facelifted 2025 Audi Q7 with the 3-liter twin or turbocharged V6 engine. It's a really nice SUV. We are getting up there in price, but considering the German competition is usually less equipped, same performing, and way more expensive, there's a lot of value in this SUV. And not even just German competition, Acura with their Type S MDX is costing the same as what we have here, and I think this is a little bit better of an overall built vehicle. Acura has a great reputation with reliability, but Audi has a way better reputation when it comes to top level luxury. But performance wise, let's take this 2025 Audi Q7 55 with a 3-liter V6 engine out for a drive and see what it's got. All right guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Audi Q7 with the 3-liter turbocharged V6 engine. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions in comfort mode, the steering is buttery, silky smooth, but it feels pretty good on center. The air suspension in this thing is ridiculous. With just 35 sidewall tires, the ride quality is still top level excellent, way better than any X7 that I reviewed in the channel. And the X7 already has an excellent ride quality. It's just, this is better. This is no worse than a GLS Mercedes. Throttle response is good in comfort mode, not great. But once that boost kicks in, you get good power and just a silent interior. You look down and you're flying because there's just no noise coming out of this thing. Yeah, in comfort mode, the steering is a little bit light, so I'd probably set it to individual and keep the steering in sport, because even in sport, the steering isn't necessarily very heavy. And the nimbleness here is good. This doesn't feel really any less nimble than an X7. Let's throw it into its dynamic mode. There we go, steering. Yeah, it gets a little bit heavier. This is definitely better than comfort in my opinion. Body roll. This adaptive air suspension does feel like it gets a little bit stiffer in sport, dynamic, but ride quality stays unbelievable. It's just the overall handling and composure feels like it gets a little bit tighter. Wow. For almost 5,200 pound 3-row SUV, this thing is impressive. Try out some of these paddles, second gear on the gas, boost. It's got a really good pull. Yeah, the X7, it does feel a little bit faster with the B58 3-liter inline 6-cylinder, but the GLS with their inline 6-cylinder does not feel anything faster, any faster than what we have right here. We can try one out off the line, set it back to automatic mode, let the car do its thing, press and hold, offline, on the gas, boost. Woo. I mean, it's fast and it's silent. You don't hear wind noise, you don't hear road noise, you don't hear the bumps, you don't feel the bumps. This is a top level luxury SUV. And the handling is good. I mean, it's not a sports car. You want to upgrade to the SQ7, I'm sure that's a way better handling SUV, but the handling here is still surprisingly good for what we're driving here. Performance is surprisingly good. Steering feels really good in dynamic mode. 100% the mode that I would be leaving in if this was my car. Hopefully one day I can afford a car like this. But until then, we can all dream. Brakes feel good, really good with these multi-pistons up front. Slow the vehicle down like nothing, and we'll go through this roundabout a little faster than we should. Yeah, definitely a little bit of body roll. It's not terrible, but there's definitely some on the gas. Oh, wow. Speaking of GLS, oh, that was a GLE actually. But wow, yeah, the sport transmission settings. Oh, this is a serious, serious performer. Manual shifts. And even in the high RPMs and manual shift modes, you don't hear anything with this power plant. Take it out of second, try it in third. Low end torque, mid-range. So strong, guys. This is a really impressive power plant. If I was going with the Q7, there's no question you got to pay the extra $5,000–6,000 bucks and get this engine. If not, pay the extra $20,000 bucks and go for the SQ8 because the SQ7 because the SQ7 with that Lamborghini derived twin turbo V8 with a base price of I think under $90,000. I think it was definitely under $100,000. Whereas the BMW upgraded 8-cylinder engine, you're gonna be paying well over 110 with the X7. With the Mercedes, if you're talking about the 580, you're talking about Maybach, you're spending way over $100,000. Here with the SQ7, you can easily spend over $100,000. But the base price, I believe, is under 90 for a Lamborghini derived twin turbo V8. That's probably the trim level I would recommend because yes, you're saving a lot of money here with a $79,000 after destination price. And this is a really nice engine. It's a huge upgrade compared to the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. But that twin turbo V8 for the extra about $10–15,000 to what we're driving here, that $10–15,000 is worth it in my opinion. But oh my gosh, dynamic mode, this thing is surprisingly nimble as it is. You don't buy it for its performance, but if you're buying it for its luxury, you'll still be pleasantly happy with how this vehicle performs. If you're buying it for performance, I'm telling you, spend the extra $10–15,000 compared to what we have here and get the SQ7, SQ8 if you don't need the 3 rows, or go for the RSQ8 if you want the actual Lamborghini Urus competitor. But if you want the best luxury 3-row SUV today with good performance, 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, if not quicker, with a great launch, ride quality where you don't even feel here, you don't even know that the bumps exist. Isolation from the road, unmatched with anything in this price range, and I mean that. The BMW X7 does not have this isolation, and it has a base price of $7,000–8,000 more than what this vehicle almost fully loaded costs. If you're looking for the best value, best luxury 3-row SUV, you don't need 0 to 60 in 4.5–4 seconds. You're more than happy getting there in around 5. This 2025 Audi Q7 is an unbelievable 3-row luxury SUV, and I would 100% recommend checking it out. And a big thanks to Andre and the rest of the management and staff here at Audi of Wesley Chapel for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, premium car or SUV in the Tampa Bay Wesley Chapel area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Andre. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.